What's up, everybody? This is Fiddy.
And I'm Izzy.
And this is How We Talk
Podcast.
That's right. And today in studio, we have back again, Xavier Martinez.
Yeah,
Coach Xavier, right?
Back.
Oh, yeah, Coach Xavier. Coach X.
I'll take that.
Coach X?
Yeah, I'll take that.
You never got that?
You know, I've gotten it a few times, but I've gotten to Coach Javier too much. So
Dude.
I'll just take Coach X.
Imagine if you were a professor.
Oh,
Professor
X.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going with X Mart.
X
But
Mart.
X Mart.
Like
like,
a
you know,
liquor store?
Like Kmart, but X Mart. But then I'm like, nah.
Who else do we have in studio?
Sorry. Back. Nah, he's not back. This is his first time at How We Talk Podcast. It's Jamal Pogues,
Jamal Pogues, welcome, bro.
also known as Stormtrooper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's a professional MMA fighter.
That's right, he is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't mess with him, dude.
No.
Yeah, no.
I'm not that good though. Don't worry about it.
Nah, you got a good record. 6-2.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're doing all right.
Yeah.
We're doing
Yeah.
all right.
His last win was a head kick. Knocked
Was
the
it?
dude out. Yeah.
Yeah, head kick.
How does that feel?
What, knocking someone out or
Yeah.
the head kick?
Both.
My foot was killing me after I hit him
Yeah?
with that kick. Yeah, it was like killing me for like the next week. But then knocking people out was kind of cool though.
Do you feel bad? Like, oh man.
No.
Was he? Is it one of those knockouts where he landed and as soon as he landed he woke up?
It was.
Or was he out?
He was out.
You know that stiff mode.
But he fell like straight forward, like face flat.
Oh.
So like I don't know if that woke him up, but he
Yeah.
was.
I mean, you can't really feel bad if you move your head into the foot. You know, like if
That's
the
what
kick's
Kevin Hart-
coming and you dip your
Yeah,
head into
because
it,
his
I
foot was
mean,
just up in the air. This guy just ran into it. It's not his
Yeah.
fault.
Remember, like Kevin Hart was saying, he was like, "Dude, if your guy foot come and hit you in the face, you deserve it."
you watched it come to your
You
face.
watched it off the ground, hit you in the face.
Yeah, you could have put it in arm. You know.
Have you ever been knocked out before?
Nah.
I've never been knocked out.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, yeah, I have in soccer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Soccer ball to
It
the
counts,
face?
right?
Yeah,
We get hit by
Yeah.
hit by a soccer ball on the head.
Yeah.
That
just
counts.
Knockout.
Yeah, blacked out. When I got back up a little bit, I was like, "What happened?"
I like Cat Williams' joke. I've been knocked out before. Let me tell you, I woke up well rested. Wasn't that bad.
Oh man. So Jamal, where'd you get the name Stormtrooper? Are you big Mortal Kombat fan?
yeah.
What? Like, all right.
I was
take over this guy.
throwing him off on that one.
I do like Star Wars. That's when people like ask me if I like Star Wars. I got the name in 2014. What ended up happening was I switched gyms from Universal Grappling Academy. That's where I started from, and then I switched to Cobra Kai, where I'm at now with Joe Daddy Stevenson, former UFC lightweight title challenger, and
Some people might say legend.
legend.
You
Definitely,
could say legend.
That dude's definitely has been around for a
Yeah.
long time.
King of the Cage Hall of Famer.
King of the
now.
Cage Hall
Yeah.
of Famer now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's getting his respects now,
Yeah.
and now he's also head instructor at Team Quest with Dan Henderson, taking
Okay.
over the whole jiu-jitsu program.
Nice.
So, and then of course we have a home base in Victorville with Cobra Kai. So he's definitely doing good things now.
Yeah,
And, but how I got my name was my old coach, and it comes up like I never talk trash about people. That's one thing. If you know about me, like if I have a problem with like someone, I'm gonna talk trash. Like I text people that are close to me because I know they won't say anything. But it's very rare when you hear me say something about people. But then anyway, my coach and everyone's messaging me once I left the gym. My ex-coach is saying this about me. He has guys who are gonna beat me, all this stuff. And then I ended up going to his gym and was like, "Hey, fuck all the guys you have. We can fight right now. We can sign a contract and get this on. Like, I don't care about what so-and-so you have. They're not going to touch me. We can fight."
Yeah.
Then when I come back to my gym, everyone's like, "You can't be storming in people's gyms, like, calling out the head coach." And I was like, "Hey, I don't care. Like, where I'm from, we're going to fight." And that's definitely in the business that we have. We fight. So then that's the next day. They were like, "We got your fight name. What is it? Stormtrooper."
You're like, I can go
Nice.
with it.
It's been with me ever since,
Yeah.
But that's honestly how I got my story of Stormtrooper. But I mean, when other people ask me, I just say like, I'm a big Star Wars.
You're a
fan.
Star Wars fan.
Because I don't feel like going. Because once I was telling that story, they were like, "So what did you say?
Yeah.
So how did it happen?
How did it go? Did they call the cops?
Yeah, like everyone. But honestly, it wasn't bad. It was out of respect, Like I called him and texted him. I was like, "Man, like I didn't talk bad about you once I left. I still give you credit for what you've done for me, so far in my life and where I'm at right now." And I don't feel like it should have been disrespect, you know. And
Yeah.
definitely, like I said, I'm not going to speak on it, but the things that were going on in the gym, I should say, wasn't right, you know. And so, and then it's affecting my career. My career comes first. So when I made the move, it was, and not even that, I was the only guy who actually went to him in his face and say, "Hey, I'm leaving."
Yeah.
And he was like, I understand, I know, blah, blah, blah. But then everybody else, like grown man, like I'm only 23 and I think I left when I was 17, but like guys who are older than me, they just called or canceled the plan. Like I was actually the only one to actually walk up into his face and go to the gym and tell him I was leaving. So
Yeah.
I felt very disrespected when all that trash talk was said.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
me. But that's how I got the name Stormtrooper.
That's funny. You know, I'm gonna get back to on that point of gyms and teams, but for now, let's start off with asking, how did you get into the sport of MMA? Were you like transitioning from another sport, or?
I played football growing up. Didn't like it. It wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
But I was good at it. It wasn't that I wasn't good. Like, you know, Pee Wee, obviously everyone's good when you're like Pee Wee and stuff like that. I was good.
Yeah.
But just football wasn't my thing. And I've always loved martial arts. But what happened was I was 13. I think I was in 8th grade. And this guy named Emmanuel Lawson. And so what happened was, he's a good guy, don't get me wrong. So what happened was he started jiu-jitsu, which I know, you know, I didn't know nothing about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I think because I just moved from LA, so I didn't know anything about jiu-jitsu.
And you're talking about moving up the hill?
Moved from LA
Victorville?
to Victorville, you
Okay.
know. Then what happened was this kid was getting bullied. So then I come up was like, hey man, like you leave him alone. And
Yeah.
then then that guy got scared because, like, you know, he was bullying that guy and I stuck up to him and he got scared. And then when Emmanuel Lawson came, he thought I was punking him and he got me an RNC and put me to sleep.
An RNC?
Like
rear naked choke. Yeah.
Boom. And then I like went to sleep and I was just like, I woke up, everyone was looking at me. I'm in PE, like it happened in PE.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, hey, like, you okay? And I was like, what happened? They're like, Emmanuel choked you out. And I was like, why you do that?
Yeah.
And he was like, man, my bad, man.
Yeah.
I thought you were bullying him, but come to find out you were helping him. My bad. But like I said, man was a good person. Like he really
Yeah.
is. So then after that, I was like, dude, where do you train at? And then he told me once again, Universal Grappling Academy, and I was there since 13 to 17. You know, and so when I joined, I think 12. I'm gonna say 12. But when I joined there, I joined is because I wanted to beat him. I don't like losing. I don't like getting beat up. That was just weird because I couldn't defend myself. That wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't cool.
But that definitely we had Elvis in here. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu up here in Azusa.
Yeah.
And you know, we talked a little bit about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How humbling is it having to tap out or getting put to sleep?
It's like, for me personally, I didn't like it. I didn't do it for, you know, trying to prove myself or trying to be better. It's just, I like competition. I love competing. So I just want to be the best at everything I do. You know, even if it's tic-tac-toe, like I want to be, I don't care if the kid's 5.
Yeah.
Like I want to win. And so like, to me, like you said, it is very humbling because you know that you're not anyone can get beat at any time.
Right.
You know, you might be the biggest, baddest one in California, but then you know, you never know. Like I've been submitted by guys half my size, and I've been submitted by guys bigger than me. You know, so it's definitely humbling as you know, the more and more you do it. But then you get to a point you're like, hey, I'm tired of this happening.
Yeah.
But it's definitely humbling. It's good. If I wish everyone would try jiu-jitsu at least once.
Everybody that does jiu-jitsu says that.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You should.
Yeah.
It's one of them. It's because you're gonna realize that you can avoid a lot of situations. And then I see a lot of people like in street fights, and I'm like, man, you know, you could have avoided that situation if you did that. Once again, it's a street fight. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But and anything goes. But I'm like, man, you could have de-escalated the situation. Like even now, like if things happen and I'm in certain places and certain situations happen, and I can just defuse the situation.
Yeah.
Like Matt Serra not too long ago, like I think a year ago, he was in a fight. One of his teammates, one of his guys that he coached, you know, an ex-UFC champ, you know, one of his guys were fighting. He was out eating. Guy was drunk, belligerent. He took mount, controlled him, waited for the cops to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he wasn't gonna get bit. He wasn't gonna get scratched. He wasn't gonna get hit. He took a nice position, controlled the guy. I was like, hey, dude, relax. You need to stop. Cops came like 10 minutes later and bam. Like, and it's like, look, you just diffuse the situation.
Yep. Yeah, we talked about it on the show a couple episodes ago, but yeah, that was hit. I remember him saying, Matt Serra, this is a perfect example of how jiu-jitsu can be used or utilized outside of the mat, you know, like in real life situations. So how it could, you know, you could just well, like you said, mount somebody and secure them and wait until.
It probably feels nice knowing that you have that ability to do that, whether you use it or not.
Yeah.
Right.
It's cool, but then like if you're the other guy, you feel like bitch.
Yeah, a little
I know,
better.
yeah, I know how that feels.
You can say.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then you feel like a bitch for sure. That's
Jamal, language, please.
But then you wake up and you're like, "Where'd you train?"
Yeah.
that's what I did.
You know what I mean?
But that's why I trained because I didn't like that. I was like, man, what is that?
Yeah.
My mom didn't like it though. My mom.
She didn't like your training.
No, well, when I said fighting, it was kind of
okay,
like,
yeah.
like, I want to do this. But even then, like, you come from LA, you don't know no damn jujitsu. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Mom, I want to do jujitsu. The hell is that? Hell no, you ain't doing none of that. And I was just like, well, Mom, I'm trying to get in shape. I was a fat kid, so I was like, hey, I'm trying to get in shape. That was actually my excuse I used.
Oh,
so
yeah.
whenever she sees this, that was my excuse that I used.
But it is true. Jiu-jitsu is exhausting. It's very taxing.
It is.
Yeah.
Like your body and everything. It just makes
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once you try it and you do it, it's the fact that one, I don't like feeling vulnerable, and that's a lot of thing about people doing new things. They don't like being vulnerable or new or not being comfortable. And jiu-jitsu's not comfortable. But then the sad part is you get really comfortable in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah.
And I kind of use that towards life, and I learned a lot of life skills and lessons through fighting.
Yeah.
So, and I realized I can take some of this and go over here. So if you try jiu-jitsu, get out of your element. Get beat up by that 16-year-old kid, that's doing jiu-jitsu, who's been a star since he was young, and,
Yeah.
Or, you go into your white belt and you got a guy half your size and you're like this.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
but it's scary, but it's humbling because
Right.
it's like, all right, I don't like this.
Yeah.
we go, I don't want you to do that again.
Yeah, right. So, like you said, right now, getting into shape and trying to lose weight. Now, that's where Coach Xavier comes in, right? How much does he put you into shape for a fight? Like, how are you in his camp throughout the whole camp?
Yeah. Actually, him and I were just talking because before it was kind of like, man, just like kind of like we were telling you before. It was like he'd get an opponent and then he would text me like, hey, this guy, pulled out for whatever reason. So actually, this is probably, aside from Bellator, but I think this is like the actual first time that we actually have weeks to prepare.
Like a full camp.
Yeah, we can do a full camp, yeah.
I think we would have to 2 weeks notice?
Yeah, we'll get like 2 weeks notice calls.
Yeah. There's not much you can do, right? I mean,
but yeah.
Without putting that wear and tear before a fight, right?
Yeah, it's not so much you can do.
Yeah.
Just try to play it smart.
Yeah.
From that point on, yeah. For my camps, it's tough because one thing is like I put a high volume, high like output, and if you watch my fights, like I don't gas out, and everyone's like, oh, why don't he gas out? But if you really watch my training and see what I do every day, like that's why I was glad when Xavier, because some days it would be like, dude, we got to switch times because I'm training at this time, I don't have time to recover, and I know it's hard because like, you go and like, what is his job? Like, when you really think his job, give me strength and conditioning, get my body ready. And actually, it's not even that. Like, it's having my body ready so I can train. People think it's like, oh, just so you can get stronger. I need to be able to maintain these long workout sessions and these hard sessions. And so I think it was easier once he started to see like, oh, we're putting in work. You know what I mean? Not only with the work I'm putting in him, I'm putting in work as well, and good quality work, and
Right.
like everyone's like, I train 6 to 8 hours a day. You ain't put in quality hours.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, I put 4 to 6, and I guarantee all 4 to 6 of those hours are like good training. But he helps me a lot, man. And when I first started, because I just posted a picture on my Instagram, like when I first started with him, compared to when I weighed in at Bellator, I never had abs.
Yeah.
Even when I cut to 185, I've never had abs. You know what I mean? So so then I'm working.
Wait,
with
you cut down to 185?
I cut down to 185
with X?
No, it was
that
before
was
him.
before.
Oh, okay.
Before him, and
It was so weird. He looked like a blow pop. Like he showed me a picture, and I was like, "Yeah, no, we can't ever do that again."
I wasn't that I was big. It was like I was so small.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like bad because I could train. But it was more like I was skinny, and then I don't know. I was just skinny. You know what I mean?
Well, talk about the difference between when you cut weight for 185 as to when you're cutting weight with Coach. What's the difference between that?
I say the big difference is that I'm more mature now from 185. I was 19 when I did my pro debut. I'm 23. Yeah. I'm young, but it's like I got 5 years now. It's about to be 6 years. Fighting, and the things that I was doing at 19 compared to now is crazy. You know, like even then, like we're talking about the growth that I had from Bellator to now. And we're just talking about just that change. And it's crazy. It's exponential, the things I'm doing. Compared to when I was 19, I'm staying in shape now. I'm not cutting a lot of weight. I'm staying close to the weight now, which is one of the things he told me. Like, it's kind of hard to, like, how I should say now I'm at, where I would end my camps at is where I'm starting now.
Oh, good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a way big difference. So
you don't have to dehydrate yourself or anything like that.
Yeah, and even like if let's say we're hitting numbers here, and that's the end of my camp, and they're good numbers, but now I would just drop after my fight because I just gained a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
So then now, you know, having him there is like in my ear constantly. Then you losing Bellator, and then things start to make more sense. Like, all right, I want to be better.
Yeah.
Well, how do I be better? And it's the little things, you know what I mean? It's, little things is going to help you with the bigger things. And now it's like, I stayed in shape. Now we're working from here. So now we're growing from here. You know? And we're reaching new numbers now. And I like it because, one, I look better being smaller. I feel healthier. It's a lot easier on my knees. And I don't feel like I'm pushing hard, but it's like I don't have to worry about cutting 30, 40 pounds in the camp now. I'm just cutting 20. So, hey, we got 8 weeks. You got to cut 20 pounds. Or you got to cut 15, which is way more easier than starting a camp. But now I can focus more.
Yeah.
Focus on more what we're doing. And it's different. You know, walking around 225 now, and we're hitting numbers. We're hitting numbers, you know what I mean? And then now it's like, you got to cut to 205, which is easy because it's 20 pounds, and I'm not going to lose a lot of my strength compared to being 240. And it's like, hey, you got to fight in 8 weeks, and my whole camp is worrying about cutting weight. Now I can feel strong throughout the whole thing. Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, Coach, take us into a process, like the process of his camp, because now you guys have a full camp, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah. So now, like, actually, what I was telling them is because I feel like before. I think a lot of coaches now, and I mean, I'm not trying to bash anyone or anything, but I think a lot of ego gets in the way of like how much can I lift, and how long can I go on this bike. So for me, I have to accept the fact that I'm not the main part of his camp. I'm a piece of the puzzle, but when it comes time for fight night, it's not gonna be, hey, how much did he deadlift? It's about the punches, it's about the grappling. So for me, it's power. How can I integrate what we're doing into fight night? So I was just telling him, like, if he's, because a lot of the times when he'll come in, he's just finished working with his boxing coach. So if he's throwing a lot of this motion, it wouldn't make sense for me to follow that same thing. Let me do the opposite and let me work his body in a different way. So like you said, getting those quality, that quality hour. So when he'll come in, it's we'll work on, he'll roll out a little bit with a foam roller or using a tennis ball, hitting some certain parts of the body, loosening up the muscles. Yeah. Then from there, probably warm up like on a bike or something little, just to kind of get the blood flowing. And then it's from there, taking his strength and turning it into power. Like basically strength is, I can lift this. Yeah. But how fast can we lift it? How fast can you take that strength and boom, apply it. Yeah. So that's where I take, try to work in, taking the strength, turn it into power, getting the hips stronger, getting, the muscles ready to go. So that way, when it comes time for fight night, I'm doing my part to help with that puzzle. So I think that's like the biggest thing.
Is a lot of that also is building his endurance and his stamina?
Yeah. So I mean, I kind of like I'll structure it. And so like the beginning will kind of be like the power. And then we'll get into like explosive and plyometrics, keeping things low impact. So that way we're not putting his body at risk, getting close to fight
less
night.
stress. Right?
Yeah.
Right on. So you were saying for your Bellator fight, were you gassed out towards the end? That third round?
It was more so at the end. That's when I was starting to hit my, kind of like a second win. That's when I started to come down. But like, I knew I had more. But it was like, all right, kind of you're forcing things. You know what I mean? And not so much like I was getting tired. It was more like I felt like I was forcing things.
Impatient.
Yeah, I was very impatient. And, you're fighting the top 10 guys that debuted in Bellator. You want to put on a damn show, And a lot of debut guys don't fight top 10 guys in any promotion in the world. So it was more so trying to put a stamp on it. And that's the thing. I was trying to, like you said, impatient. I was trying to force things. And I realized, I was like, man, why am I breathing? Yeah. Oh, you gotta relax, but that's the thing you have to tell yourself, like, dude, relax, let the fight come to you. Yeah. Let the fight come to you, relax, And that's when I realized when That's why I had to pull back a little bit in the third round, and that's when you saw. Then I did the 2 big takedowns was because I had to pull back a little bit and realize like, dude, you are working so hard for what? Like, and not even that. When you hear the guy breathing, and it's like, and I'm over here like, I gotta get him. I gotta get him. And it's like, what are you doing? Just relax. But, and that's part of the game. Like I've never been part of a, fighting Bellator's a big promotion. So
huge,
yeah, so like, and I'm blessed to be, well, at the time I was 22. So I was blessed to be able to say that I got that experience. I know how it is to be in the big show. Now. I know how to stay calm under those situations. I had 2 fights after them. And that's one of the biggest things I think we worked on was my mental and was relax. You know you're good. You know what you have to do. You see the openings. Why are you forcing it? Let the fight come to you. Stop trying to do that. But you couldn't tell me that then because, you want to win. And
no, I'm sure it's different once you're inside in the
you're
octagon. You're just
too.
it was only I think it was a year ago, right? 2017.
18 last
18?
year.
Oh shit, yeah.
It was last year, and it was June. Like I said, I had a good performance, and then I crapped out at the end, getting triangle with the last minute, and it wasn't that like it hurt so much saying that the work that we put in for that camp, and that's probably what hurts. And I think I got hurt because everyone was excited, like everyone was, because I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this since I was 12, 13 years old, you know, and so to see it, we're here, and it's like, oh yeah, we're here now, and to give the performance I had, and to just be like. Oh yeah, like it's crazy because as soon as I left, John McCarthy comes up to me when I was walking out, and he was like, "Hey kid, you're up on the scorecard, man. Fuck, like you had it, like you had it."
That's what I was telling Israel. I was like, that first round, it was young, right? Yeah. He had it, because then whatever the second round you came in there, you dominated the second round.
Yeah,
that third round, same thing. Started dominating. Well, you tried striking it a little bit. Then you're like, I'm going to go back to take him down.
Yeah.
You took him down, you said 2 times. But then it was just that one moment where you reached in, impatient, and he caught you.
When he had my bag, he was trying to take my bag, like you said, because he knew he was losing.
Yeah.
And I remember Mike Brown, he was like, I remember he yelled to Jordan, like, you're losing, step it up. And I saw him, he started picking up the pace.
Yeah.
And then when he had me against the cage, he tried to take my back, and I was about to give it to RNC.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not going to choke me. But he actually got his hand under my chin. I was like, no, you're not getting it. And then when I threw him off of me, when he fell, I heard him say, fuck.
Yeah.
So when I heard him say, fuck, I was like, oh, I got to get him.
Yeah,
I got to get him. And I got triangled, and it sucked because I did that great performance. And it was like, and then, like you said, I ended up, it's not happening to end up my way. And like I said, I remember the first round of Bellator. And I'll say it here because not a lot of people know. I was actually looking at the camera because I don't know if you've ever been to a Bellator arena.
No.
And I don't know if you've ever seen yourself on TV. That's one of the it's awesome.
Hi, Mom. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna ask. Is the pressure to perform?
It wasn't a pressure to perform. It's more like when I got there, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like and that's the thing. That whole week, like I said, I was having fun all week. Don't get me wrong. But it was like I was a kid because, like, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm in Bellator, guys. Like, I watched this.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like, it sucks because I had a perfect week.
Yeah.
Because Gilbert Melendez, like, I'm talking about big names, heavy hitters, BJ Penn, I got to talk to after my fight, and he gave me a few words,
Nice.
Him and Joe had one, the bloodiest fight in UFC history. But, BJ Penn comes up to me, gives me advice. Scott Coker, the president of Bellator, he tells me, hey, kid. He straight up told me, he was like, kid, I didn't think you were that good when they told me. And after watching this fight, man, you have a bright future in this.
Yeah.
He said, you gave a hell of a performance, kid. Keep your head up. Don't, like Scott Coker, the president's telling me this,
Yeah.
John McCarthy comes up to me. Mike Beltran, Jefe, he was there. He gave me advice. And I think Extreme Couture, Eric, he came up to me. It was just like, it was so much love during that whole week.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I felt like I was at home even though it was a big stage, because like the whole week, all these gyms, all these big name guys. I'm not saying I know everyone, but like these big guys that you guys don't see that's behind the scenes, like the coaches, the teams. I've been there with these guys. So when I was there, it was like, hey, I think Eric was the one that pumped me up, and they had to calm me down. It was the day before weigh-ins. Eric comes up to me. He was like, "What's up, big dog?" I was like, "What's up, man?" He was like, "About fucking time." And I was like, "Right?" Like, hell yeah. Like, so it was a good week, you know. And when I was in the bat, like I said, I was smiling. I was smiling. And even when I walked out, I was smiling. And then I remember like walking in, and I was like, "It's time to fight."
Yeah.
But then when he said go, and I saw myself in the mirror,
You still had that smile on your face.
I put the smile back on my face, and it really hit me. It's like, I don't get hit with jabs like that. Like, I train with professional boxers and like good ones, and I'm like, I don't get, like, not that easy. Not saying I'm gonna get hit, but like not that easy. And the whole time I'm moving, and it was weird because every time I fucking moved, I kept looking at myself on the big screen, and then after the first round, and I was like, get the takedown, Jamal, because you're tripping. So I kept forcing things. Like I said in the first round, just kept forcing things. I get in the corner. At the end of the first round, you know, we're in the corner. Joe comes up to me. He was like, "Jamal." I was like, "Yes, coach. Are you done fucking around?" I was like, yes. My boxing coach, Joel Rodriguez, once again, boxing 88 Olympics. Shout out to Joel when he sees this. And he's like, "Numbers, you know what to do, kid. You know what to do." You know, and then I had Dominic Reyes, you know, who's number 5 in the UFC right now. He's in my corner. And I think he's the one that really reached out to me in the second round. Like, his words meant the most because he said, "Jamal, relax, have fun."
Yeah.
And that's why in the second round, it was like, I snapped out of it. And I was like, what am I doing, man? Like, just have fun. Like you know how to fight.
Yeah.
If I've done this for the last 10, 11 years, I know how to fight. You know, if it's anything I know how to do, I know how to fight.
Yeah.
So that's why you see the second round, I pick it up. The third round comes out, I hear Joe tells me, it's 1-1. How badly do you want it? That's why you see me stand up out of my chair in like 10 seconds. I'm like, I want this damn stool. Like, I'm ready to fight. You know what I mean? And that's why I pushed it so hard in the third round was because, like, I wanted, you know, and then, you know, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen my way. And like I said, it's all part of a reason. You know, God, you know, I wish the best of Jordan Young. You know, he's a even though like people don't like him because he's like an asshole, he talks a lot of shit. He was very respectful. You know, and he was actually respectful to me. I mean, he was talking shit in the fight, which shit talking in the fight doesn't really bother me. But even after, you know, he showed a lot of, you know, respect and love, and then the Bellator event after, he showed a lot of respect and love to me. So you know, all respects to Jordan. You know, and I would love to do it again against him. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not, like I said, it's not because I hate him or, you know, if it happens, it happens. If not, just got to move on. But it was just definitely a lesson for me for Bellator. Yeah.
And like you said, it's more important that you had all those eyeballs on you, you know, and all those connections and those contacts that you made. I mean, now they know, you know, this kid is no joke.
Yeah.
You know, he can hang.
And that's the thing that's crazy was before that, reason why I got into Bellator was because I fought Kyle Noblet, All-American wrestler from Oklahoma, 9-0, undefeated. He headlined LFA. So I was already out the game for a year and a half. I didn't have a fought in a year and a half. I was training though. Don't get me wrong. I was training, but I had things going on, you know, in life, you know, in my home, and so I had to deal with those things. And I was out for a year and a half. So coming back, it was hard coming back, like injuries and then life and then, you know, sicknesses that happened, and my family was hard coming back. But then what happened was I was like, Joe, I remember one day I was just like, Joe, I need a fight now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened. Like, before I wasn't really focused, and then, I got to help out Rampage Jackson for one of his camps. And then after I left Rampage, I was like, Joe, I need a fight now. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen because life's been crazy, so you need to give me a fight. Yeah. And then they gave me Kyle Noblet, and I think they gave me a 2% chance to win on Tapology everywhere. It was like 98% Kyle, 2% me. Yeah. It was crazy. Like, they gave me a whole, like, I was going to lose anyway. That's you know, that's how it was. And then they gave me basically no chance to beat Kyle. And so Kyle's 9-0, you know, and he's fought good guys, and he's an All-American wrestler, you know, and he's scary. Yeah. I'll go in there, fought him in Oklahoma. And it's like, I think this is my first fight camp because I was already working with Xavier, but this is my actual first fight camp with Xavier. And then I go to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think you came to me.
Probably like.
I think when you were getting ready for this fight.
No, it was before. No, because I was getting ready. I was just getting ready. I just had to get ready for something.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was just getting ready.
And then he came back, like, I think it was like a week or two later.
Yeah. I was just getting ready. Like, you know, I got to get back. I got to get back to
get back in form. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to get back, man. And they gave me Kyle, and I said yeah right away. It wasn't a hesitation who this guy was, what he's done. And 30-23 though. 30-23, 30-23, 30-24 on the scorecard.
Nice.
I dominated him, and next thing you know, when I beat Kyle, an hour and a half tops. Boom.
You got a call.
I'm getting calls. Like, boom.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, we just saw what Jamal did, blah, blah, blah. He fought this guy. Boom, hey, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't that we went to the highest bid or anything. We went to, like, what we thought would be the best for my career. You know, we felt like Bellator was my best, you know, and was my best interest. Definitely after fighting Kyle and knowing that the contract he had after fighting me.
Yeah.
Like, not, like, you know, like he had a Bellator contract. You know, he had one last fight. I was supposed to be the warm-up fight for him to get into Bellator.
Yeah.
And it was like I'm not saying I messed it up. I did mess it up. You know, once again, Kyle's a respectful and good guy, and I fought him. And then next thing you know, it was my shot.
Yeah. Well, you took that opportunity.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and I took the opportunity. So, and like I said, you know, when you don't miss out on opportunities like that. You
No.
go
Yeah.
for 'em.
Yeah.
And, you know, then I fought. You know, once again, fought 9-0. Then I was fighting an 8-0 top 10 guy in Bellator. We were about to win the fight till I got caught at the end, and I think from there it actually didn't make my career less. Like a lot of people think you'll go backwards. It actually didn't, because when you look at it, well, first of all, he's been out for a year and a half. His kid's 22. He comes back, fights 9-0, Kyle Noblet. He comes, then takes another tough fight, like back to back, two tough fights against an 8-0 top 10 guy in Bellator. And he gave him a run for his money. He almost had to win.
Yeah.
And so it didn't actually make my career feel.
No.
Yeah, anyway, it just felt good.
That's another thing, because right after that Kyle fight, I think you came back, you took a week off, came back that following, I think it was in the middle of that week you took off, came back, said, hey, Bellator gave me a call, and then it was like, hey, next week I'm coming back to work. So you really didn't have a whole lot of time. It was like we were legit back to back.
Yeah.
Like, right after that we were. Yeah, it was
Right away.
straight to Bellator.
And then how did that work out? Did you only get like a 1-fight deal with Bellator, or?
Yeah, I got a 1-fight deal. And but it's one of those things is it's not hurtful. It's just like the thing about the fight game is you have to take those moments. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and I didn't win. But I guarantee you, if I would have won, I would have screwed up whatever plan they had. We're promoting this guy and this or that. And like I said, I didn't capitalize on the moment. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of, you know, and then I went back to the local scene. And it was great going back to the local scene. And I was telling Xavier, like, I think it was the last fight or the one before that. And I was like, dude, I'm glad. Like, I hated it. But it felt so good because I got to find myself again. Like, I became a better fighter. I became like, I already thought I had a good work ethic. Like, I'm killing it even more. You know. So when I came back to a local scene, not dissing the guys that I fought, and it was more like, I know I belong in the big show.
Yeah.
But it's some things I need to work out. I need to work on, so I don't make the same mistake when I get there.
Right.
You know? And so I took the coming back down to the local scene as, what do we need to do to work on? You know what I mean? We need to work on this. All right? Well, you need to start doing this. And that was, I think I was, Xavier, what do I need to work on? Boom, you need to stay in shape.
Yeah.
We're not going to keep ballooning up and coming down.
Yeah. Year round. Staying
Yeah,
shape.
exactly. You know what I mean? You're a professional.
Yeah.
Act like it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that hurt. I am a professional. It's like, but like, I like people talking to me like that. To keep it real.
Yeah,
like,
keep
you
it
need to be
real.
a professional. You need to keep your weight down. My boxing coach, keep your weight down.
Yeah.
That's if you want to do anything first, you do that. So then I was like, if that's what it takes for me to get back into the big show again, then let's do it. I'll do whatever you guys tell me I have to do, whatever I have to work on. Let's do it. And I think now, even though I was always
It
open-minded,
wasn't that easy.
Yeah, of course not. He makes it sound
It
so
wasn't
easy.
that easy. He didn't listen to us. The only reason why he listened is because he went to the UFC PI, and they were telling Jacare everything that we told him.
Yeah.
And then he, I remember, because I went out with him, he came back to me and said, I guess you're right. if they said it, it must be true.
they told me a lot of good. They told me a lot of things, but it's like you can't give me like 30 things and do all at once. You know what I mean? I'm slow. Like you gotta give me like 2. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Let me catch up.
Yeah, let me catch up. You know, baby steps, man. It's like you need to do all this.
Yeah.
Just give me the top ones you want me to do.
Yeah,
And then we can get to those later. Like,
Yeah.
just give me the top ones first, and we can work on the list. And then, I went to PI, and they were like, man, like the things he would tell me. You need to do this. You need to start stretching like this. You need to be have mobility in this. I need you to do this exercise, this stretch. I'm like, yo, X, bro. He's like, yeah. And I text him. It's like, not that I called you. And I was like, yo, X. I was like, hey, yo, I got to tell you something. He's like, yo, what's up, bro? You know that shit you told me that I had to start doing? So what do you mean? You know, that stretching and, you know, how, because when I first started with him, he would tell me we had to build our foundation.
Yeah.
That before we even got to lifting heavy, before we did anything, all these workouts that people are saying us do now, we had to do like baby steps, you know, build a foundation. And I was like, yeah. They were saying that to Jacare, so I guess you're right, bro. I guess I'll start listening. I bought a foam roller.
Yeah.
You know those really big ones?
Mm-hmm.
I've been having it for like 4 or 5 years now. Never used it.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm using it all the time. Now. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's definitely, I've realized that, like I said, being...
It's maturity.
It's maturity.
Yeah.
It's the maturity part.
Yeah.
But then being 19, I'm not even doing at 19, I wasn't even doing like 10% of what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, and I know I'll have to do a lot more, but I'm like, man, look, like 19, like half the stuff I'm doing now physically, I couldn't do at 19.
Yeah.
And I felt I was younger then, you know what I mean? Like you feel like you'll have more, I
Right.
for sure have more energy then.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm saying I'm 23, and I'm like, I never had to stretch at 19. Now
Yeah.
I have to stretch. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
starting to see it, but I'm like, dude, at night, I couldn't even do pull-ups at 19. But now you see me doing muscle ups, and it's like, all right, okay, cool, X, you might know what you're doing.
Yeah. Does he have you picking up papers with your toes?
You know what? I did have him hold a resistant band with his toe while he was squatting. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's one of those exercises that he said the last time he was here, remember?
The paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to the training camps, that was, remember I told you we're gonna come back to that. And the reason why I was in because you brought up Dominic Reyes right now. You said you left, what was it, Legends or your first camp?
Universal grappling.
Universal grappling. So when you left there to go to Cobra Kai, we see that all the time, right? MMA fighters, elite camps, boom, boom. What about these guys that are really loyal to their camp and they start talking shit? For example, TJ Dillashaw. Remember, with the Uriah Faber?
Okay.
Right? He left that camp and that whole beef started because he left the camp.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot more personal
There's a lot
stuff
more
that's
stuff in it,
involved in
that
it.
we don't
But
know.
is there a kind of like a why'd you leave us kind of thing? Like, we started you off here and then you left us for another camp. Now that you're bigger things. Not just at Dominic Reyes. But because he was Cobra Kai and now he's training up in...
So, okay. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, Dominic wasn't at Cobra Kai when I joined. Dominic was at Cage Combat, which is another gym up there.
Okay.
He had a falling out with him. He ended up coming over to Cobra Kai. But like by that point, I think I already had been at Cobra Kai for 3-4 years, you know, at the time. And then now he's over, he came over there. But you can't discredit the fighters. It's much, and I understand there's a lot more into it, and I don't know the TJ and his situation, but you can't knock these fighters for doing what they feel like is best for your career. And the only thing I can tell you for my career, I had to make a lot of choices, and I had a lot of opportunities that I didn't take upon. But to me, I rather, with the team and the core group that I have now, I'd rather make it with these guys and we grow and we learn from these mistakes, because I know through thick and thin, if I left today from this fight game, I know me and X would still go out and have a drink.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and that's one of those things that, like, to me, loyalty and love and family is bigger to me than this fight game, you know?
Yeah.
So, like I said, you can't knock these fighters for doing what's best for their career.
Right.
Now, TJ in his situation, he like he said, he felt like Dwayne Ludwig is what got him to where he is now, so he left with Dwayne Ludwig. I don't know the whole situation. Once again, I know I've been a Team Alpha Man. I know a couple of those guys. Look, I don't know the whole situation. Don't want to know the whole situation. But if you can't knock the guy, he became world champ. You know what I mean? And he went with Dwayne Ludwig.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he would have not have been world champ with Alpha Male, but not trying to be mean. But you had your first world champ, and your first world champ was, you know what I mean? It's TJ Dillashaw, and he started his roots at there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, he went with Dwayne Ludwig. So, and he won his belt. So I can't.
Yeah,
say
it's like you said though. It's like you got to do what's best for yourself, right? So you can't knock that fighter for doing it. Yeah. It is a matter of that loyalty though. That sometimes it just gets a little like, damn, I mean, I'm not judging anybody. That's just, and I'm not giving you my opinion on it. I was just stating the fact that throwing it out there. But I don't know. That was just it's a little bit of a beef,
Well, I think a lot of people sometimes probably get probably like too into their feelings and make it personal, because that's one thing that I've told them from the beginning, that if he ever feels like, hey, you know what, I can work with another strength and conditioning, you know, I feel like he's gonna help me get better. I mean, I told him, man, I'd never be mad. Like, you know, if you didn't take it, I'd be upset. You know, and I feel like everybody should have that. Like, you need to take what's gonna be best for you. And I think if you make things too personal, then that's when you're setting an anchor on yourself, your career. So, I mean, I think if you get a better opportunity, you know, but why not take it?
Right.
I mean, I'm vocal, and that's one thing you have to realize about me and my camps, and even with the people, I'm very vocal. I speak my mind, and I don't ever feel like I was ever disrespectful in a way if I said anything to any of my coaches, even, you know, the Xavier. It's like, if you expect a certain thing from me, I expect a certain thing back.
Yeah.
So if you know what I mean, if you want the best out of me and you want me to give your best, then I want the best out of you when I coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and like I said, even before I got the X, I had a lot of strength and conditioning guys, and they could have been, and one of them, or I'm not gonna say his name, is a bigger name than X, but it was to the point where, are you doing what's best for me, or is it you just doing what's like you can just add me onto a list? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh well,
Add to like a stable.
exactly.
Or whatever,
You know what I mean? And it's like, but then you can't diss X and like, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put them all in a group because I'm gonna tell you how my coaches are. So you have Xavier right here. You have Joel, my boxing coach, and you have Joe Daddy Stevenson. And the biggest things that I can tell you what these three guys did, they built a foundation with me and they grew with me. And they took their time and they were patient. Like the things I'm doing right now, I swear you don't understand how much irritation you can ask them when they're like, Jamal, you're just so physically gifted. But if you really watch how it started with X, you'd have been like, dude, this is a professional fighter. Like, you know, and you would say that.
Yeah.
But it's like, but then you're like, and like, you have, you know, my other coaches, they build a foundation. We're going to do this. We like, even my boxing coach, he tells me, we can't do nothing until you learn how to do this, bro, because you suck. Like, that's what my boxing coach tells me. He's very vocal.
Yeah, he is.
Like, you suck. Like, you hit like a girl. Like, I know 55ers that hit harder than you. That's how he was when I started with him. And it was like, we got to start doing this. Same with X. Bro. You start doing this first. You know what I mean? And same with Joe. We got to start doing this. We got to start doing these little things right. Like, you know what I mean? And so everyone took their time with me, which I say a lot of people didn't do. And I take that in the fact that more than anything, you know. And, you know, all my coaches are constantly growing and trying new things. And they're getting out of their comfort zone. You know what I mean? And SX, every time I see something that's, like, cool that can add to his arsenal, hey, dude, look at this person on Instagram doing this. You know what I mean? Or look at this coach work, this famous, like, he can be, you know, I always sending him that. Or my boxing coach, you know what I mean? I be like, and also I have a Muay Thai guy, which is Ryan Spink, and I started doing Muay Thai with him. And it's the same thing. We work, like, you know, so when I started doing my Muay Thai, and everybody's like, dude, Jamal got strong kicks, he's doing this. And it's like, no, well, he was a guy, like these guys really sat down, built a structure for me, a plan, and we worked on it. So now people are seeing the fruits of my labor, but it's like these guys actually took time out of their lives, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, you know, they could have been doing a lot of other things, you know what I mean? And it's like, we're going to do this. Like, he'll text me, like, dude, I was working on a plan, blah, blah, blah. He'll text me like a Saturday. It's Saturday, bro. Like, like, go hang out with your, like, go hang out with your son. Oh, yeah, I'm doing that too, but I'm writing your plan. And it's like, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like he tells me, I'm growing. I'm growing. And I'm telling him the same thing. I'm getting better. I'm growing. My boxing coach.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to try this combo. You know what I mean? I think now you're at the level to start doing this now. Okay, let's do it, coach. You know what I mean? But it's like we're growing. Just like I'm growing, they're growing with me. But they've been patient. And that's one of the things is they didn't force me to do like a lot of coaches and people tried to do in the beginning of my career. Just do this, do this, do this. It was just like they broke it down. Like, hey, we have to do this because you need to be able to do this. And so once you're able to do this, then we can be able to do all this other stuff. You see, it's like, man, you can't beat that. That's why I told him he's not leaving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to switch guys. And like I said, I had a famous coach, and I'm not going to speak of his name. But it's one of those things is now I have people by my side that's going to be with me through thick and thin. You know, we're going to grow together. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm the best. But it's like, hey, man, I'd rather take slow and steady and make it to the top, you know what I mean? And having the right people by my side, then run up, like I run up to the top and then I'm missing a few steps, I'm missing a few keys. A lot of these fighters you see, they, you know, and they make it to the top and you start seeing holes in their game.
Yeah.
I don't want a hole in my game, and that's why I'm glad, you know, God maybe put me in certain situations, certain people that's going to help me grow and be ready for when I get that UFC call. So
Yeah.
I said I like it.
There you
I
go.
like it that way.
And coach, how is it? How do you manage your time with him as far as working? Do you actually work with the other his other coaches, Joe and Joel? Do you guys work around each other's schedules, or is that something that you do? You work your own schedule and you set it up with these guys?
Me, it's more so me. It's
Yeah.
more so me, and that's what I'm very vocal with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if let's say X, like I can't make this time, I have to do this, but it's like I can't because the way I plan my camps and my training is I train here. You can get the best out of me here. I get a few hours of rest. I could train here. I get a few hours of rest, eat whatever, sleep, take a rest, and I can be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even if my bad, like if my boxing coach says, I can't make it here, but I can make this time. I can't do because I got to be with X. I got to be with Joe. This, you know what I mean? Like I got to be this person, this time. So, and that's where and then like, it's crazy because when we all come together, like at the end, like when we come into the camp, we have everything locked and loaded because everyone's doing their parts. And that's the thing is, he's respectful enough to be like, hey, I get where your training is. Okay, I see because he got to see it. And that's why I say it was easier for me from outside looking in, it's like, dude, the hell. But when you start to see, you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, he's putting in some work. Like, and I'm trying to get, okay. And that's why he said he's transitioning because he's already getting this right here. So let me work on this body movement or this body part that I don't even see he feel like doing this, and same with my boxing coaches. Well, I need you to start, and it works out. Like, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just, like.
It's kind of like you're just plugging holes.
Yeah.
But it fits, though. You're not forcing it. That's the thing. It's we're not forcing anything, right? And that's the difference between me being, 18, 19-year-old, fighting and to now is like, I've gotten better at time management and training. Now I know how to, like you said, plug these holes better. I know where this works. I want to improve here. I got to do this. I got to do this. And I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it seems like everything's coming together in my life right now. I'm not forcing anything. It just seems like it's coming more natural. My training is coming more natural. Training partners, training sessions, everything is more natural because I took control and I had to be vocal. You know what I mean? And no one thinks they're better than this. Like I have a coach be like, hey, we're gonna pull from this because you said you have a hard training session with X tomorrow. All right, cool. Well, we'll pull down the intensity so you pick it up for him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when we start getting to the end of my camp, he's like, dude, you already got all the conditioning from me. We're just gonna work on mobility.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pull ours so you can pick it up back. You know what I mean? So it's like
Right,
it's
yeah.
weird. Like we always plug it into where I see it, like we need it most.
Just a team.
Exactly. We just all work as a team. So I mean, it just
no one really, and we're like not discrediting anyone either. You know, like it's not like fuck Joel. Like nah.
Yeah, X isn't doing his job over here, and yeah.
So it's like, so when I tell them, it's, and I think it's everyone just understanding, our roles in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I got to work alongside Joel and Jamal together. So, and it helped me to definitely, getting a personal relationship with Joel definitely helped all of us understand each other.
Yeah.
So it's more
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah,
it's like no one thinks they're better than each other.
Yeah.
That's why it works easy.
Yeah. When you're in camp, do you take on other people?
No, I actually, that's the thing that I told him, I go, even when you make it to the UFC now, like I honestly have no interest in training fighters. I really don't. Like, to me, there's not much coaching that needs to go on. Like, when we're working together, I don't need to tell him anything. I mean, if I told him, if I blended a shoe and said, hey, this is going to take you to the UFC, no holes in your game, he'd drink it. It's just because he doesn't need any more motivation than that. So for me, what really helps me is this emotion, like you said, like if, knock on wood, but I mean, if we had to go somewhere else, like if, let's just say things didn't work out, him and I will still keep this relationship.
Yeah.
Him and I will, still be brothers no matter what. So for me, like it's not like I have no interest in training fighters or anything. It's just, because when I was going through stuff, he helped me, and he pretty much gave me opportunities. He was my very first personal training client. I had never had anyone before.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been working together?
It'll be 2 years.
Yeah,
It'll be 2
now.
years.
Yeah. So he came up to me and told me, he's like, hey, like he said, like I've worked with a famous trainer before. I can get this and this, but I'm pretty much said, like, I'm giving you your shot. Like we did one workout session. Came up to me after and was like, if this is gonna be your best, you gotta step it up, or I gotta find a new coach. So I was like,
Vocal.
yeah. So at that point, I was like,
I probably said it like
Yeah.
that.
I was like, all right. So I was like, okay. So pretty much from then, it's just growing, but it hasn't been to train fighters. It's been, how can I help them get there? And that's pretty much been it. So, and then even then when he's in camp, I've told him I try to keep, a lot of the stuff private. Like maybe in the off season when we're working, I'll post them on Instagram or something. But when he's in camp, I told him I try to keep it as discreet and as low profile as possible. Because I don't want information out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So where did you guys meet? 2 years ago.
So once again, I'm coming back in the game, fighting again. Well, I was always training, but now, like I said, all the strength and conditioning guys I did, except the first one I was telling you about, the big one, but after a while, just like everyone's just like, oh, we got so and so. I'm one of the youngest ever California state champions for MMA, and won the California state championships in 2015.
Nice. Yeah.
And I won it at 20. I won it 17 days after turning 20. And so then, like I said, that's what mostly everyone used. So then after, I was like, man, I have to get a good strength and conditioning program. Because, I've been in a lot of camps. I've been to Drake Jackson with John Jones and everybody there. I stayed at Cowboys Place. I've been a lot of places. So you're starting to realize what these top-level guys are doing. And then I'm starting looking at guys at my level. I'm like, bro, I got to get a head start. I got to get this under control.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like with him, he's the most consistent I've been with. One is because probably don't like a lot of people. And two, no, I don't. And number two is because, like, I love this.
Yeah.
And I want this to work. So if you can't give me that same commitment, love back, you know what I mean? It kind of works out. So I'm coming back and I'll post like on Instagram, Facebook, hey guys, do you know a strength and conditioning guy? I'm trying to get back. I'm getting back in fighting. Yeah. Please send me everyone you guys know. And what happened was, the person that used to train there as well was Dominique. And she messages and she's like, hey, I have 2 people. I have this guy and this guy, which is actually 2 trainers that's at QFit.
Mm-hmm.
So then she was like, message this person, message one or the other. I don't know why I messaged him. Everybody's like, God told me to. I don't know why.
His name was better. That's all. Xavier.
I don't know why I picked his name. You know what I mean? And then and I was just like, so I'm sitting there for I think for 2-3 days. I was like, all right, I gotta, let's, because I finally had time because I think I was busy. So I was like, I messaged him and I had, I was like, hey man, Dominique told me about you and. I just want to, can we sit down and talk? And I was a dick the first time we met. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think this is how the conversation went. It was like, hey, I was like, look, I told him, because he asked me what are you looking for in a coach?
Yeah.
And I told him the first thing is I want commitment, and 2, I hate when people are on their phones when I'm training, because I'll do a workout and then swear, I'll be waiting for him to finish that text. And I'm like, dude, when's the next workout? Oh, if I'm done with the workout, let's keep it going, So, and I was like, and I had to tell him, I was like, look, dude, I used to be one of the biggest amateurs out there. I took time off. I'm getting my career back. We need to get to work.
Yeah.
I'm ready to work, And if you're not ready to work, and that wasn't me trying to be a dick. I was like, dude, if you're not ready to work, just let me know, because I'm trying to put in some work, and I got to make up for a year and a half. You know what I mean, from being off. So I was like, dude, and even then, people were like, dude, a year and a half, you're 23. How much fighting have you done? Yeah, I did a lot of fighting because I have 18 fights now.
Yeah. Damn.
That's a lot of fights. You know what I mean? So it's just so you realize I had a lot of fights. So it was just I'm trying to make up for a year and a half off. So we need to work. I'm trying to do this. I want to be here. This is where I was. This is where I want to be. Yeah. These are the people I know. These are the people I train with. This is what, and it was just he looked at me. He was like, I think probably was bullshit. You can do all that. You know what I mean? He was like, no, shit. But it was but I think eventually he was like, oh shit, you hard.
Yeah. Did you have to Google him?
You know what? It wasn't until I went over to Cobra Kai with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so ironically, I never put 2 and 2 together. I never asked him where he trained out of. The moment I put 2 and 2 together was because my niece, Serena, she trains at Cobra Kai.
Okay.
My sister would always say, yeah, Joe Daddy. And I was like, I wasn't big in the fight scene.
Yeah.
I only just knew top boxers, McGregor. That's about it.
Yeah.
So then I I think we posted a picture. So after a while, like he told me about some names, right? And then I knew Rampage, and he told me about that. And I was like, all right. So I mean, I was just kind of like, maybe it's just like over exaggerating, you know. So I that's just kind of the way I took it.
Yeah.
And then, mind you, I was a few months into training, so I was pretty fresh on the scene. And then, so I didn't really think much of it. And then I think we posted a picture one time after a workout. And my sister came up to me, she's like, hey, I know that guy. I was like, how do you know him? And she's like, I think he trains over at my gym.
Yeah.
And then I started putting two and two together. And then one time I took my niece to practice, and I seen him leaving out of the parking lot. And then I see Joe, and then I was like, Joe, Dad. I was like, so he is telling the truth. And then all the pieces started to come together. But yeah, it was pretty. I remember that first conversation we had. We were sitting, because when you walk into the gym, there's a couch, and we were sitting down. He's sitting like this, and I'm right here, and we're talking. And mind you, so Dominique told me that he was rehabbing. I think it was a knee injury, right?
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Dominique, because she's a real MVP.
She is.
Yeah. And you have a beautiful daughter. Just want to put that out there. There you go. Just want to put that out
there. He's got weddings coming up. That's why.
Next question. So I remember we're talking, and he starts telling me, he was pretty straightforward, very vocal. Just told me like, hey, this is what I'm expecting. And at that point, I was pretty intimidated, because I was like, damn, like I have only done bodybuilding training at that point. So I was like, damn, like I don't really know. So I started Googling some stuff. I started figuring out, like, I was Googling like Conor McGregor workouts and stuff. Yeah. I mean, basically in the beginning, I never told him, I think until now, this will be the first time I ever told you. Yeah. Probably the first month that we trained, I put him through a whole bunch of bullshit that I had no idea. I just put him through it, because I figured if this guy's doing it, it must work. So I just put him through it. But I ended up working at Cobra Kai with him. And then from at that point, I really started to, I had to really sit down with myself, and I asked myself, I was like, damn, like what do I really want out of this? You know, because I had to really ask myself if I really value this friendship, then I think I owe him the respect to ask myself that and figure, am I helping him or am I holding him back? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? If he can put all his chips in this fight game and say, hey, you know what, I'm going for it, you know, well, why can't I help him do that? So that's when I really started to dive in, and I think it was like one day, just woke up. I started I was like hours. I think my girlfriend took in my son. Shout out to Kayla and Aris, man. They've helped me a lot through this. But they left. I think she went to her mom's house, and I spent that time, and I just started reading. I just spent like 3-4 hours, and then by the time I dissected it and I put it away, I woke up the next morning, reviewed my notes, and I was like, okay, I got this. Yeah. And then after that, man, we've just been getting
off
better.
To the races.
I mean, and it must be working, because he kicked someone in the head, and I mean, hey.
You're able to get your foot all the way up there.
I couldn't before. I
He's not playing about that one.
Yeah, Jamal, what keeps you going?
I don't know. I'm probably crazy as hell, you know what I mean? But it's just like I've always had big dreams, you know? Yeah. And even when I was young, man, and growing up in the way I grew up and the things that I've seen, I was like, man, that just can't be me. Like, that just can't be enough, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm perfect, by all means. While I'm sitting up here talking to you guys and, you know, trying to sound like where I am in my career, where I'm in my life, by all means, I'll have a lot of demons and things I can't ever take back. But it comes to the point where it was, man, I don't know. When I was a kid, though, of everything that I've seen and grew up, I was like, man, I don't want this to be my life. Yeah. I don't want this to be my life. Yeah. I don't want this to be my life, you know. And, you know, when you're a kid, you don't know what you want to do. You know, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a policeman. You know, you say a bunch of things. And honestly, it was like I couldn't tell you, you know. And definitely now it's crazy because we were talking about today, you know, it's personal. This fight game, everything right now, because in the beginning of my career, it was always proving to people wrong that I can be the best. I can be one of the top guys. I'm a threat in the sport. And it was always something that kept me motivated. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I got so-and-so talk trash. All right, I'm going to fuck you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you can't win the state championship. fuck you, yes I can. You
Yeah.
know, it was always something to prove, because you know where I'm from, you know, you always got to prove yourself every single day, you know what I mean? And you get tested every day. So the way I grew up is kind of what I took into the sport, you know? And
Yeah.
I remember Joe told me, he was like, man, he told me, when you start doing it for you, you're going to be great. He said, but for now, you're going to be, you're all right.
Yeah.
Well, Joe's a lot nicer. Joe's like, well, Jamal, I'm going to tell you. You know, and he's
Yeah.
like, you should
The
start.
head movement and
Like,
all
yeah,
too.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should do it because you love it for yourself, you know. And I feel like you're gonna get tired of things that you don't wanna, you know. You're gonna get tired of proving people wrong, and it's not gonna be fun anymore.
Yeah.
You should start doing it for you. And and it's like, shut up, like. But then but like, as I said, like you said, you mature, you get older.
Yeah.
And you know, when I took that year and a half off from the fight game, and like you said, I took my first loss ever, and it was, whoa, like I remember coming back, like,
Gut wrench, you know.
yeah, man, it was crazy, man. And definitely, I think the one that I hated, like when people disrespected me, like guys that I used to beat up, like, oh, Jamal's done, he sucks.
Yeah.
I'll come back into the gym, beat him up, thinking it'll make me feel better. No, I was still depressed and sad that I lost. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, that year and a half was a lot of soul searching, digging deep. Man, why did I start this? Why did I do this? And I had to come back to the boys. Man, I love this. Like, this is all I know how to do. You know what I mean? If I know how to do anything better, I know how to fight. You know what I mean? And I'm a fighter. So it's like, it took a lot. Like you said, it came to the point where when I took that time off and I came back, and that's why I think I was so aggressive towards Xavier, is because I'm doing it for me now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the goals I have and the things I want to achieve now is personal. It's not, I got to prove you wrong, bro, because you don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I think Dominique said, hey, I have this kid. And then this big ass guy comes walking into the gym. I was like, that's no kid. I was like, who is this?
What I gave me at 21. You know, like I think I was 21, you know, and that's you know what I mean? And it's one of the things is like now it's personal.
Yeah.
Everything is personal now. It's
Well,
no hard feelings anybody. No hard feelings anybody that fight. And they just know everything now is personal. It's for me. It's for me now. Before it was always proving people wrong.
You know, a lot of people have when they use that motivation, they use a muse. You know, for example, Israel here loves his kid, like we all do, right? I love my kid too. He uses him as his muse. That's what he talks about it, right? He refers to him as his muse. Whatever he does, it's around because of this, right? And that's what I think his question was too. Like, is there a muse? Is someone in your life like that? Like, for example, Cowboy Cerrone, right? He used to go out there and love to fight. You just go out there and kick people's ass, take a loss, and then go back and fight again in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. Now he's got a son, and he's a whole different guy now.
He's
a whole different fighter.
Yeah, to that, it like I said, dude, I got my mom, man, and that's, if anybody knows, my mom's like, man, without her, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I said, growing up for me, like I didn't have father figures. Like people think like when they see me now, how I am with people, how I am with, you know, I don't treat people bad. I treat them right. I try man, I grew up with people like you didn't want to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the only thing you know what I mean? Like you grow up like, I grew up in Manchester and Broadway, you know what I mean? And I moved to Victorville, but it's like all my family, not all of them, but you know what I mean? Like either there's some punk ass people, and I don't care if they say it or not, or like gangbangers selling drugs, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, I was 6 years old when I seen my cousin shoot the cops on top of the roof, you know what I mean? But like, it's things that I've seen growing up. It's like, you know, I seen a dude bang, woo, 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 and then get shot, and next thing you know, God is good. God is good. You know what I mean? And you see that, and it's like, I had people coming, and I've had and like I said, the four most important people, like, it's my mother. And I'm not putting them in any order. I'm just because each one of them did something for me that I really needed. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say she's number one by all means. Like, you know, my mom, Xavier, Joel, Jason Glaza, and Francisco Davila. These guys came into my life where I was lost at one point in time in my life, and I was gone. And, you know, and all this built up anger and the way I grew up, and like I said, I didn't have the perfect household. So when I grew up, all this, I snapped. You know what I mean? Like, I snapped. I went out of my damn mind. You know, I was doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So these people, and I think, came into my life at a certain point, even actually. Like, I was going through I was just getting over this, you know, things at that point. But, like, I was going through some things. I lost my mind. I was angry as hell. I wanted to fight everybody, which I was. You know, I started hanging out with the wrong people. We started doing a bunch of crazy things. But it got to the point where now, and like I said, I am doing it for myself, but now when I look at it, I'm like, man, Joe, you don't bring no 17, 18-year-old kid and give him a room in your place and feed him 3 meals a day. And I used to not even go to his place all the time.
Yeah.
I used to be out doing in the streets, doing stupid stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, Joe brought me into his house. Like, what man brings, like, a 17, 18-year-old kid and give him a place to stay in his house? You know what I mean? And so it's guys like that they had certain pieces that I needed for me to be who I am now. You know what I mean? Each person had a piece of the puzzle. Like I said, nothing is forced right now. So, like my mother, you know, Joel, my boxing coach, Joe Daddy Stevenson, you know, X right here. It's like, man, you guys putting all this damn time into me.
Yeah.
For me to have a chance to make it. Man, let's get this shit going. You know what I mean? But it doesn't work if you don't believe in yourself, you know? And and that's a lot of the difference I had growing up. I didn't have a lot of confidence, you know what I mean? I did everything out of anger. That's not confidence, you know? So when I have these people in my corner telling me the right things finally, like I had a lot of bad people. I had an ex-girlfriend used to say shit to me that was fucked up, you know, and break me down even more. So when you finally get good people in your corner, and it's like I always preach to people, and I have a kid named Rashad that's, you know, that looks up to me, and I always tell him, dude, the people in your corner, you need them. Like, and I tell him, there's very few people that actually love you in this world, so you got to make sure you know, like, you know what I mean? Like every single day when I get up, I love what I do, but I know this is a team. It's a team who got me here, so let's get this shit going, you know? So when I come in here, I might be tired and sore, but it's like, bro, this man's putting like you said, hours in this thing. You know what I mean? And even when he doesn't have to, you know what I mean? He's putting hours in on his own, looking up things, studying things, getting different certificates. You know, he's like, he told me today he want to get another damn certificate and I'm gonna make you do some more stupid stuff. But like it's things like that.
That's
you
why
know?
I said word for word.
And then and it's like. And then you get Joel, my boxing coach. Oh, we're going to work on this, blah, blah, blah. He's getting me sparring with these pro boxers, these top pro heavyweight boxers out there. You got Joe. Oh, come over here. I want you to train over here with, you know, at Greg Jackson out in New Mexico. I want you to train at Team Rain here. I want you to train here. I want you to train at Team Quest. It's like, man, and then my mom always in my ear, son, you're a diamond in the rough. Son, I love you, son. You're going to be great. You were here for something great. Look what you're doing. Yeah. Man, I come in here. I swear, it's like now I have all these people investing into me. Man, let me do what I have to do, man. Let's stop fucking around. You know, and that's one of the things I got to after Bellator was like, hey, let's stop. Before, like I said, it was always proving something to people. Now it's like, I'm doing this shit for me. Yeah. And now when I have all these people, like I tell you, my team is good. We're straight. There's no loose ends anywhere. Like everyone's full blown into this fighting game, trying to make it. So it's like, man, let's go get it, you know. And like I said, I have a few family members too, but when you got a team like that that's pushing you like full force, you get to the point where like you're like, I feel unstoppable. Not because that I can't lose, because obviously you've seen that I've lost, but I feel unstoppable because like when you got love like that back you in the corner and pushing you, man, I can take on the whole damn world right now because that's because I have that love pushing, you know, with me. So like you said, but like, but it had to become for me, man, because it was always out of anger or spite. Like I wanted to do certain things. Like you said, you know, I don't know if you know, but like, you know, you grow up, you always got to prove something to people. Like, man, I used to fight all the time. You ask my father, I used to fight all the time as a kid. So it's like, I'll beat this dude up, and then next week he's like, bro, I want to run it back. Like, I just beat you up, and then you got to fight the dude. You know, hey, you a punk. You're a punk. All right, dude, let's do this. So it's like, I grew up a certain way, you know what I mean? So, and I grew up, like, so it just kind of got to the point where it was like, damn, man, it actually feels good now. Because I'm like stress-free. Even though I'm fighting a tough guy now, and it's different from Bellator, and even then, not because it's Bellator, FFC is real big on CBS Sports. It's like, now, it's like, I enjoy this now. It's like, you're scary, don't get me wrong. But hell yeah, let's do this now. Like, I'm enjoying a lot of life now. And that's what I said. I have these guys who are there more than just how should I say it? Just coaches or you know what I mean? They were here for they're here for the long run. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, this is deeper than fighting ever could be. You know what I mean?
No, it definitely is. I think it's important also to say that the reason why you're stress free is because you got rid of all the negativity around you and you surrounded yourself with positivity, and that's also what's gonna make you great. You know, right? You surround yourself with successful people and motivated people. You can be successful.
Yeah, everybody gave me shit. Like, I'm talking, I have friends, like, oh, you ain't this no more. You this, you a punk now, you a pussy this, you in Hollywood. You know, you all this. Like, you hanging out with those white people. I was like, bro, like, God must have forgot like, I did that for you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and y'all gonna do me like that? Like, but like I said, it got, like I said, I used to hold that so to my heart. I used to hold that a lot. So now it's just like, I don't care. Hey, so yo, hey, what we doing tomorrow? You know what I mean? So I let a lot of stuff go. You know, even friends, I had to cut friends off, and I love them. Don't get me wrong, but I had to cut friends off because it was like, man, what are you really doing in my life, man? All you really doing is we're just party. All you want to do is party, man. I'm tired of partying broke. You know what I mean? Let's party with some money, but not. But even then, when I make money, I don't want to party. But it's like, damn, dude, you happy with going with $100 out? Huh? Nah, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, but that's just, you know. And I had friends who got mad at me, talk shit about me, social media, all that, because I stopped hanging out with them. But it was like, dude, we're trying to get this, and if you're not on this right here, dude, I can't deal with you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what they say. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. Right?
Yeah. So true. Very true.
You could have told me that like a couple years ago. I wouldn't have listened though, so don't even worry about it.
It's that whole maturity thing again, you know. Like,
but that's good, man. Keep your circle small and tight.
Yeah, it's very small, and it's crazy. It's getting smaller.
Yeah.
No, it is crazy because I'm telling him, my mom, I'm telling my coaches, and it was just like it's just keep getting smaller because somebody it's just like now everyone's like slowly but surely exposing themselves.
Yeah.
Like their true intentions, you know. So it's just like
that'll happen.
Yeah, I think the other day I just went off on somebody. Well, not even go off on somebody. I was just like, you didn't fuck with me like a year ago. Like, don't fuck with me now.
Yeah.
And I told him, he was laughing. I was like, dude, like, I should have told her. I told this person, I was like, look, I don't know what the fuck you're doing because you didn't fuck with me then, but now since I'm getting my name back out there again, now my name is buzzing again.
Yeah.
But like, we never talked. You never said hi to me.
Never.
Yeah. Right.
Never. You don't even say hi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not even a wave. Like, you don't. First of all, when I go to the gym, I keep headphones in so no one talks to me.
Yeah.
That's how small my circle is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't, like, no offense to people, just,
I get it.
just want to stick to myself. But then it's like, this person never talked to me, never said hi, hey, good job, but none of that.
Yeah.
Now my name's back out there again. I'm doing good again.
All of a
I'm
sudden.
a 2-fight win streak, and it's like, hey, we're gonna come to your next fight.
Who are you?
Hell, like,
It's so true.
I hope that person sees this interview too.
Yeah.
It's so true.
They will.
But yeah, it's crazy.
That's
It's just
cool.
how
That's
it's
cool.
just how it is.
Right
Yeah.
on. I'll tell you what, man. To me, you're in the right direction.
Oh,
I'm finally in
definitely.
the right direction. No,
That's
I'm
good.
finally, like,
Yeah.
that last loss, I needed that. That's like, I think that last loss finally helped me get the pieces. Like, my foundation is good now. You know what I mean? Now we're building off a good foundation. It's not rocky anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's not rocky.
That's good that you can see it that way. That even though it's a loss, it's not a loss.
Yeah.
You get me?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have to
Yeah, that's
reflect
good.
on myself, you know,
Oh, yeah,
like,
definitely.
man, what are you doing? Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing with your life? Like,
Yeah.
what is this? Is this what you want to do, bro? You got to step it up. Why did this happen? And that's why I said this 8 months out of the, 8-9 months now out of the big show, it's kind of made me kind of get my life together. And like, okay, you can't hang out with that person because that person's doing this. You know, you can't hang out with that person. All that person's doing this. What is this person doing? I mean, all that person really ever just wants to do this. You know what I mean? So, dang, all this dude wants to do is chase girls. No, I can't do that. But then, like, when I start getting around people that's motivated, like you said, get around some motivated people that want to make something happen. And I told X from the beginning, I said, when I'm done, if my name, I don't care what you have to do, use with my name or whatever. If it gets you $1 million facility, then you go ahead and use it. You know what I mean? Get what you can. You know what I mean? And even then, it's like everyone is doing great right now. Everyone's motivated. You know, and like I told me, your fitness, I'm just a little, you know, pebble inside the whole process. But like I said, I'm glad I can be part of your journey so you can accomplish what you want to do in life. You know what I mean? Just like he's helping me give him mine. It's like, even I'm doing a little bit, you know, I'm not the main focus. It's those girls and ladies that you train, you know, that's helping you get to where, you know, where you want to be, where you need to be. I'm just a little piece in the puzzle, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a person in the path that's helping you maybe get there faster. I don't know, you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm glad I can help you part of this journey, you know? And same thing with my boxing coach and Joe. They're like, man, I'm just glad to be a part of this journey with you. And that's the thing. You don't really meet too many people that's like, hey, through thick and thin, let's get through this. Let's figure out how we go do this and let's make it happen, you know? So now with the people that I have now, I'm confident. I don't have to look twice no more.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, if I swing, I know they're swinging with me. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. You know what I mean? And
They're your perfect puzzle piece.
yeah, and if I fall, like, I know they're there to
Excuse me.
catch me. And it's no intentions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't love you with intentions. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, you don't meet too many people like that, you know? So,
Yeah.
and like I said, me, the way I grew up and the things I've seen, it's like, man, that you don't understand how much that means more to me than all of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, all this disloyal, switching camps, all this, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. But let me tell you something, bro. When it comes, like I said, when I make it to the top, 2-3 years later after I'm done fighting, they ain't gonna remember me. So it's like, but I know these guys will still be there, and I know I can go out and be like, hey, let's go get a drink, or let's hang out, or let's do this. You know what I mean? So to me, that relationship is more important to me than this fight game. You know what I mean? Well, it adds on to it. You know, it adds on to it to do it to people that you love and that love you. You know what I mean? That's what makes this, like you said, when I get up every day, I'm happy and I'm clear minded now because I got love around me now. So it's like, bro, let's get this. You know, and that's why I feel not say unstoppable now, but now I feel like you about to fight. You better be ready to fight this time because now is so much more now. You know what I mean? And I'm more focused. Like you said, I got everything out of my mind. Everything's gone. And I can put 100% focus into this. So let's get to work, man, and let's see what happens. You know, and I tell him, man, I'd rather try and know it didn't work than to never try and know it didn't. You know what I mean? But so far, I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? And that's why I say I'm blessed to do what I'm doing. I'm only 23, and most guys in the game in the UFC are 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, man, if I'm 23 and I'm knocking on the door, hey, I mean, I can't wait to see when I'm at 27, 28 years
for
old.
sure.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
so.
yeah, just like being at 23 years old and talking about the puzzle, it's like your life is like a puzzle, and it seems like all your pieces are put together right now.
It's
so.
a lot of work to do. Like, you know what I mean? And even then, I got a good manager now, you know, and shout out to Gilberto. Like, I love Gilberto, man. And I'm going to tell you what makes Gilberto good is because when he represents you, it's more than just, and that's one of the biggest things I took in the management was, yeah, it's money. Business is business. But, like, Gilberto is more than business. It's family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can, hey, bro, my mom's doing a barbecue. Come over. Hey, Jamal, come over. My mom's doing a barbecue. You know what I mean? Hey, hey, coach, come over here. You know, hey, Joel, come over here. We're doing this. Hey, Jamal, come over here. We're doing this. It's like it's a family thing. It's way past this. You know what I mean? And so when I see Gilberto, it's like, it's love. Like, it's genuine love. You can't fake love because I know fake love. You know, I grew up with that my whole life. Yeah. But I know, like, real love. You know what I mean? And so it's like, dude, this is, like, it's weird, but, like, and I'm not gonna lie, it still weird me out. Like, because, like, I'm like, oh. All right, you my homie. Yeah. But like it's weird to me. Like and I even tell him like it's weird, but like I try to get accustomed to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's weird, you know, when you're like, oh, it's like, all right, I'm not used to, you know what I mean? Like, like it's weird. He asked like people cry in front of me. I'm like, oh, how do I react? Like, do I cry with you?
Yeah,
like, I can fake cry. But that's what I said, and that's why I said I had good people around me who helped me become who you see today and what people see now. They're like, oh, he's successful, he's doing this, man. But you had guys like this and a couple other people in my corner that was just like, stay on it, want to do this, and like you said, life is crazy, it's for sure. But I finally feel like, you know, you can fake it, you can fake the funk. I've been faking it for 22 years. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been faking it for 22 years, but I'm not faking it now. It just seems everything's natural. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not faking anything in my life right now. And not saying faking as being a fake person, but like forcing things. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like making shit look like it's glitter, you know, glitter and gold, but it's not. You know what I mean? It wasn't, you know? So now, since I'm not forcing things and life is coming more natural, I'm more happier. Things are just naturally just coming. And everybody on my team is good. They're healthy. I mean, we still got our own problems personally, you know, but it's like we still come together to get this done. Man, let's go. You know, like I said, I have a good team by me now, and it seems like I can't force it now. Now it's like anytime new people come, I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, the hell, get out of here. Like, he'll tell you, I'm a dick. Like when it comes to, cause I should tell you. So what are you here for? Yeah, you trying to make, you know, you here for the long ride? Like, you know, you trying to just get it in because it looks good. Let me know. And I should have said, like, I do not care who it is. Now I say it straight in front of your face. And a lot of people don't like me because of that. But you know what? It took me almost 22 years to finally stick up for myself. So if it took me 22 years to stick up for myself and I'm finally happy, fuck you. I'm going to stay happy. I'm going to stay happy for another 22 years. But now I'm like, well, I'm going to say 21 years. But when I'm telling you, I start getting vocal. But not in a disrespectful way. Right. Very respectful. So what like I tell them, look, dude, I'm trying to get here. If you're not ready for this, let me know. Yeah. It was more like, okay, cool then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm letting you know. So if you don't step up to it, and act a certain way. If I decide to cut you off, you can't get mad at me because I put it out from the beginning. You know what I mean? Even with my coaches, they tell me too, man, you slacking off, do this, or I want you to do more of this. Cool, let's do it. I don't ask any questions when he come in. I might give him shit for what he wants me to do.
Yeah.
That's all right, whatever. But like I get it done. You know what I mean? Like I get it done, and that's the same thing. Is it just like I didn't ask him to go home and do 4 hours of homework, 8 hours, 10 hours. Fucking, he could be watching damn 3 Lord of the Ring movies, but he came and helped me. So like I said, that love and commitment, man, you can't beat that. And that's what the people around me gave me was love and commitment, and they were patient with me. So now, like I think I'm indebted to them now. Let's show it all this hard work, these years, and that you put into me, not just fighting, but just life in general.
Yeah.
Man, let's give these dudes hell, and that's how I kind of built my career off of, and that's how it's gonna be to the end. I don't care about none of they're gonna hate me when I get in the UFC because it's family. You know what I mean? Either we all go, we don't, and that's one thing. When I got my manager, you asked me to go to some UFC fights, you better have 5 tickets with it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me for me. You better have 5 tickets with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's how it comes down. You know what I mean? Oh, if you go have a barbecue and you invite me, you better have 5 more plates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
and
people don't like that. That's cool. You ain't gotta like it. But on this side, that's how we move. That's how we operate. So if you're on this side, on this team, we move as a family. We step together. We step forward together. You know what I mean? If we fall out, we don't stop our lives, but we like, come on. We don't leave you in the back end. You know, we're still like, come on, man, you got to catch up. But that's why I said this team and this family right now is working.
Yeah.
Now I feel like now everything's coming. Life is great right now.
Yeah.
Life is great. I'm getting a lot of people mad right now.
No.
Like, and it's crazy because I am getting a lot of people mad because now they're starting to see like, why is he getting the blessings he's getting? It's like, because I worked on everything around.
Yeah.
Like, well, one, I had to work on me finally.
Yeah.
Then when I worked on me, then I started looking at all this. You know what I mean? And then when I started looking out, it was like, oh, nope, yes, yeah, nope. And then when I did that, life was great after that.
Yeah.
That's how it works out for me.
they're mad because they're not around, They're just they're not reaping off of your
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah. Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Nah, I'm with Kanye. Beyonce had the best album of all time.
I love it. All right, man. Let's bring the show to an end. But first, let's hear. You have a fight coming up.
Yeah.
You guys are in fight camp, so there's a fight coming up. The one we talk about that. Promote that one.
Guys, fight May 10th at the Rio for FFC Final Fight Championships. It's going to be on CBS Sports. I'm fighting a tough Brazilian guy. It's gonna be a great fight. I'm actually excited. I don't think I've ever been excited for a fight. I've been more scared, but I'm excited for this fight because this is a new Jamal that people's never ever seen before, and that's the thing is right now they're gonna see something that we and my whole team's been putting together. Now this Jamal's complete finally. You know what I mean? His holes are plugged in. So. Guys, be on CBS Sports. Watch me. Mike Conrado Jr. God bless him and his team. Let's throw down, But the things I've been doing and cooking up in the kitchen and the things I've been doing in training is crazy right now. I'm putting up some crazy numbers even with him and then even in training, I'm doing some crazy things right now. But now I'm complete mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. My body's, I've never been in one with myself. So now it sounds kind of gay, but now like everything's coming together though.
Yeah.
I feel great, and I'm just hoping when you guys see, you guys are gonna be like, whoa! I promise you, these guys are gonna be put away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the hell out of them. It's you got to pick either you gonna quit for me or you go just get your ass beat for 3 rounds because right now I'm gonna live by this right now. We're ready.
Nice. There you
We're
go.
all ready.
I can't wait, man. And congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
definitely.
And thanks again for coming out here, you guys,
Thanks,
and talking with us for a bit. So
Yeah, for
Thanks
sure.
for having us, man.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
Very cool.
well, there you have it.
That's it, man.
I'm Fitty.
I'm Izzy.
Coach Xavier.
Jamal Pogues.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
How we talk
All right.
podcast.